You had a great season this year.
Yeah.
At Brampton City Prep. I've seen you play a couple of times, and then now, past what 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago at the showcase. So, like, what went into you preparing for the prep year and just getting yourself ready to perform?
I mean, like my main goal in like August, I was with one of my coaches, Coach Jermaine
Hmm.
Newman. Coach Jermaine, yeah. He said, "What's your goal for the end of the year?" I said, "I want to make biosteel."
Yeah.
So that in August he wrote it down in his notes.
Hmm.
That like kept me to keep pushing. And
Hmm.
then biosteel, and we looked back on the note and checked it off the list.
That's actually tough. So everything is like you do with intention.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wavy, bro. So, like, what went into that off season? Like, were you like did you put up like 200 makes a day, or were you in the gym twice a day? Did y'all wait? Like, what was that like?
That summer I was probably in the gym with Coach Elvis Dennis probably like early in the morning,
Hmm.
and then I would help him train his Nike camp.
Hmm.
Would have another workout session after, and then I would go home, and it would be like the same thing for like 3 4 days a week.
Hmm.
So yeah.
That makes a big difference, bro. That makes a big difference. So, like, another thing I noticed is that, like, I also saw you play at the Hoopers Paradise League, and it's like everywhere you play, it's like the moment's not too big for you, and you're kind of like not scared of anybody. So, like, how did you develop that mentality?
Um, I would say it just grew on me. Like when I started playing basketball, I wasn't like I didn't have that dog in me.
Hmm.
As like I grew up and matured more, I realized I need to start working on this. And then since then, I just been working on it each year.
Hmm. No, that's tough, bro. So, like, the goal for you every game is like, yo, I'm trying to kill this guy.
Trying to, yeah, especially like guard the best player on the team, best player on the other team guards me. We go at it.
That's tough, bro. That's the way to go. So, when you checked off the BioSteel All Canadian off of your checklist, was it like a wow moment, or was it like, yo, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to be here?
That was my goal.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's tough. So, were you were obviously, this is a pretty obvious answer. I know you probably weren't even scared. Like, 'cause some guys get when they get in those games, it's like they shy away. So, like, what was your approach? Were you like, I'm trying to dominate these dudes, or just go with the flow?
I'm like it's the same as every game. Played each and every one of these guys before. There's nothing to be scared of. Just go at them.
That's the way to go. You know. So going into this off season, what are like the biggest thing you're like, okay, based on what happened in the season, I want to add this to my game so I can excel at the next level.
I mean, for me, I was more working on like my point guard skills, like off a pick and roll, because ever since I started playing basketball, I was like the main scorer, so I really didn't have to like make a play. The play
Mhm.
was made. So since like after the season, um, Elvis told me you got to work on your point guard skills to get to the next level, and
Mm.
I'm like, so I've just been working on pick and roll, reading, making the read, pick and roll, all of that.
Bro, that's genius. Cause and I noticed it at the high school showcase as well. Playing with older kids, it didn't matter. Like, you were making great reads out of the pick and roll, whether it was to score, whether it's to make a play or hit the guy on the opposite side or hit the roller. So the work shows, bro. The work shows. Um, and with that said, like, do you have like a routine you do every day, or is it just something like, okay, I'm gonna get in the gym with my coach and just, today we're gonna do this and that?
Just if it's either they text me or I'll text them to get in the gym and we'll get in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's dope. So, is there anyone in particular in the league or in Canada right now? You're like, okay, I love these aspects of their game, and I want to model my game after this guy, or is it more than one person?
Mm, like guys like older.
Yeah, they could older. I would say, like, so a lot of guys have like, okay, this NBA player, like, I don't know, Shea is my favorite player, or is there anyone who you look up to that you want to take things from?
No.
So you just do it on your own. This is just me. Okay, killer. So what has been like your biggest lesson from this prep in AU season so far?
For my prep season, my biggest lesson was the game we lost to Inspire. It showed me, it like made me rethink a lot and like knew what I had to work on as a teammate and as a player myself.
Yeah, yeah, because you guys beat them at I think it was the Holden Classic by like what 20.
Yeah.
So what was the biggest difference there in that game in the
I
championship game? I guess.
feel like that first loss we had to them, and we were just hungry to get them. We wanted to play them. So
Hmm.
like we already prepared ourselves for them. We knew what they were gonna come with. We just came harder.
That's tough. So then the second, what happened? I think it was the championship game, and you guys lost to them. You guys came second. Like what was the biggest difference there? And you're like, yo, I need to or whatever improve or whatever.
I feel like that game, I feel like they just came more ready than us.
Hmm.
Players on their team weren't doing what they're supposed to do. I guess Inspire was just scaring them, and then we just fell apart and they took over.
That makes sense, bro. That makes sense. So, um, what are three things like if a college coach wanted to ask about you, what are three things you would be like, okay, this is what I want them to know about me?
I would say I can score the ball. Um, I talk a lot on defense,
Hmm.
and I'm coachable.
That's dope, bro. That's perfect. And then where if someone were to say, yo, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? What do you want your life to look like? What would that be?
My main goal is NBA.
Yeah.
So 5 years, can see myself there, 100%.
Oh, that's tough, bro. Definitely tough. All right. So obviously, last question. Um, with the AU season going, how has that been going for you? Have you been picking up any interest or anything like that?
Um, what coach? One coach followed me on Twitter. I
Hmm.
think it was a Louisiana coach.
Yeah. So Louisiana State or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tech.
I have to double check, but yeah, it was something like that.
Okay, that's tough. That's tough, bro. Well, definitely, bro. Like, love your game. I think you got a bright future, bro. Keep building. But definitely stay in touch and just trying to want to help him any way I can get your name out there. The scouting service and all that stuff. So appreciate you making the time to get on the camera today and answer some questions, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thanks for having me out here.
No problem, brother. All right, I'm